All right, guys, got everything set up. We'll start in 2 minutes. How about that? We're running 1 minute behind. So let me get a guitar. I'm gonna need that. Oop. Plonk. All right, let's see how we do with this guitar. See if this sounds prettier today. EAD GBE. Haven't played this guitar in a while. It's pretty out of tune. Oh, Elizabeth. Teddy needs to eat more. He's too skinny. He's too skinny, that Teddy. Oh, it's so funny. You don't show up in the widget right now. Huh. I think YouTube's on a crazy delay today. All right, so we got probably a couple other people hiding out up there. Today we're gonna play Alouette. We're gonna pluck some chickens. All right, let's see. We're in book 2. We are moving on. All right. Is this better? Is this better? Is this better? I don't know. It's pretty good before. All right. So glad you're here. Everybody who's here, the widget is not giving very accurate information and sort of bouncing all over the run. It may be giving any accurate information, just may be delayed. So yeah, so you're fine, Elizabeth. I worry less about how things are going. I'm just concerned that we keep good, consistent, outgoing stuff from this office, and hopefully then it's coming into you just fine. I do think it appeared today from the previous broadcast that a lot of people were fighting their internet more than I was fighting internet here. It did help when I had one thing running that I turned off, and that seemed to solve most of the problems. So yeah. So all right, let's get started. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. Thanks for joining us. My name's Gary. I'm a guitar teacher in Denver, Colorado with the Denver Guitar Orchestra, and we are broadcasting live at this moment from the beautiful historic Grant Avenue Theater in the mezzanine in beautiful downtown Denver. And we are going to be playing Alouette today, which is the third or fourth song in level 2. And it's designed to get you understanding how guitar works, how to play it at the high level that everybody on YouTube and in the world and how all adults want to play their guitar, which is a finger style or putting the chords and the melody together in a meaningful way where you have a nice song at the end. And whether you like to sing or not doesn't matter, because the guitar is going to back you up and take care of everything. Usually freezing shows up here for I know. Hopefully today Elizabeth and everybody will have lovely connectivity. We're gonna root for YouTube to just be like, yep, things are going great. Hopefully the sound is good. I have one microphone for the guitar and one microphone for my face, and hopefully between the two of those are relatively well balanced, and you'll be able to hear and play along. If you don't have the sheet music, you go to denverguitarorchestra.com, download the sheet music there, follow along with that. Hopefully you got a guitar in your hand while you're following along. This is not meant for me to show you what a great player I am, which is how most of the guitar players want to do their YouTube videos. It doesn't matter how I play. It matters how you play. And it matters that I am able to effectively give you a piece of paper and a method for approaching that song that actually works, and you end up with a nice tune at the end. And so that's what we work on here. We'll live broadcast every day at 2 o'clock, and everything's free. If you want to go to level 4, if you want to go to modern music with much more high level complexity, send me an email. I'll tell you that program. On Thursday, we're going to be working through some stuff on Blue Moon, which is a new song we have floating around out there. And then we'll work on the details of it during the day. And then in the evening, we'll get everybody together that wants to play it. And then we will play through it several different ways, and it'll be great. Okay, so Alouette. Alouette has 2 chords. Everything in level 2 has 2 chords. This chord is the first chord from level 1 is a D chord, index finger on the 3rd string, 2nd fret, middle finger, 1st string, 2nd fret, ring finger out there, 2nd string, 3rd fret. Okay, that's your D chord. We like to play that just with 4 strings, either a thumb down or with your 4-finger pluck. Either of those are great. Okay. The other chord in this song is an A7. Notice when you're at D, A7 is hanging out right above it. Same shape, just up there, and you lose your ring finger. Okay. So to get to A7, index finger, middle finger, and to come back, index finger, middle finger. Add your ring finger. Okay. So there's D and there's A7. When you play A, you can go and use this 5th string. Okay, so those are the two things. Do yourself a huge favor. Close the cover to your songbook. Sit on the couch. Watch whatever show you watch on TV. D chord, E7 chord, D chord, E7, D dun da da dee bum bum bum. I could write a song with just 2 chords, and I'm gonna get really good at going between them. Dun 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 dun. Right. So just spend a tremendous amount of time getting between those two. Doesn't matter what style you play. If you play rock, if you play blues, if you play classical, fingerstyle, whatever, you're going to be spending a significant amount of your guitar life going from D to A7 and back. And so get that little hand motion solved early on. Practice. Doesn't matter. You don't even need a song in front of you. Just practicing. And then trying different things with this hand. Okay, and you notice I'm dancing all around here, and the main reason is I don't have my seat set properly. And so what I need to do, get that seat, get off of the back of the chair, get the guitar down here between my legs where it belongs, and now I should have a much more comfortable time. When you are playing guitar, posture means a whole lot. I'm a member of the Guitar Foundation of America, and they have the 10 commandments of guitar. 5 of them are about posture, right? We want to have the least amount of tension possible. We want this arm to just drop straight down, come back up. Okay, drops in there. I want my nose basically right across from the 3rd fret, 2nd fret, somewhere in there. I want this thing up against my body. I want this at about a 60-degree angle. I want it pretty steep. Okay, and I want my thumb not up there, but down here. You see all kinds of guitar players with their thumbs up here. They're just making their lives harder. They're managing to pull it through, but it does not help. All right. Now, I'm going to sing. We all have agreed that I'm not a good singer, and by not a good singer, I mean a terrible singer. And what we want to do is just, whoops, my little doodad got confused here. Okay. The only reason I sing is so that we can practice our chords, follow through, and at the end we kind of know how the song goes, right? I'm not trying to prove that either I'm a great guitar player or a great singer, just getting us comfortable with going from D chord to A7 and back whenever we need to. Okay, so from the top, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alouette, Gentille alouette, alouette, je plumerai. Je te plumerai la tête, je te plumerai la tête, et la tête, et la tête. Alouette, alouette. My paper didn't change. My little computer is confused. Hold on. Oh, guys, apologize. My thing shut down. See, this is why you can't use technology. And I have to turn it off and start again. Oh, brother. All right, so let's talk about while this thing is restarting. One of the things that I do that I got myself in trouble here for was you can actually hear those chord changes coming if you can feel them, right? Alouette, gentille alouette. And so you don't necessarily have to have the paperwork in front of you. But because my computer has lost its mind and I lose my mind, I get so comfortable reading sheet music that I stop listening. And that's one of those things where from time to time, not a bad idea to stop with the sheet music. Close it up, just go back, play something simpler and easier, and enjoy the process of trying to figure out where those darn chord changes are, and then it'll make your life. It's another activity, right? Learning to play by ear. Some of the great guitar players of all time. That's how they play. They just listen and they're able to play. Now, because I wasn't planning on teaching that as the lesson, now I got freaked out. Okay, so let's go back to the top. I got the thing going again now. It looks like good. And let's. It's bad when you have no backup, right? All right, here we go from the top. One. By the way, I was doing it that way this time. Let's switch to doing it this way. But when it's a D, use the bottom four strings. When it's an A, use the middle four or the middle. Yeah, strings 2 through 5. Okay, let's try that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alouette, gentille alouette, alouette, je te plumerai, je te plumerai la tête, je te plumerai la tête, et la tête, et la tête. Alouette, alouette, oh, 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 alouette, gentille alouette, alouette, j'en te plumerai. Okay, maybe you know the words, maybe you don't, doesn't matter. The big thing is that you got basically how the melody runs on, and then you can hum it. Okay, and then you don't even need to know the words. And I most of the time, because I'm such a bad singer, that's how I do most songs, right? If we're gonna do chords, I'll just hum in the background, and everybody will think I'm actually doing something when I'm really not. Okay, all right. Now we got to go through and we got to do the melody, and what we're going to be doing with the melody is really thinking through um, what is the best positioning for our fingers on everything, because as you see, this song is going to go up the fretboard, and we got to be ready for that. And so when we're talking about ones, twos, and threes, ones, twos, threes, and even fours, right? We want to use those 4 frets. But then down, let's see, measure 6, we got to go to 5 and 7. So I'm going to recommend putting your middle finger on 5 and your pinky on 7, 5 and 7. And that way you're going to have this, it's technically 4th position, right? Index is going to go 4, middle, pinky, or middle, ring, and pinky. Okay, and so that's what we're going to be working on, is sliding up to 4th position so that we can get our middle finger on 5. Okay, that's what we're working on there. And I believe we only go up to 7, right? So I believe that is our highest number. Yes, it is. Okay, so when we get to measure 6, we'll just slide up to 4th position, which puts our middle finger on 5, and we're going to play that just fine. Okay. Now, in level one, you learn how to read tablature, so I'm not worried about having to teach you that or get you where you're doing anything new. This is just more of the same. Okay. And in fingerstyle guitar, this is it. This is the big stuff. This is the good stuff. Okay. So from the top, one, two, three, four. 3, 0, 2, 2. Okay. A fun little melody, right? Nothing super fancy about it, but it gives us a chance on guitar to sometimes use our pinky for a five, sometimes use your middle finger for the five. Just get comfortable playing in first position with the stretched pinky, and then playing in fourth position with your middle finger on that five, and then your pinky drops in nicely on seven. Okay, I'd like to play the melody one more time. By the way, this song is set up to be played how many times? One, two, three, four, five, six, 7 times through, right? And I always, in locally here when I have classes, I joke. I says, okay, you have to play it until you play it perfectly all the way through. And if you get to the seventh time, the chicken is dead. Okay, so let's play through this. Just melody one more time. Again, thinking about good positioning on your guitar, that makes it much easier for you to become a better guitarist. Is stop fighting the posture part of this. Get the right. This is a 3, 7, 8 size guitar, I think, and it fits pretty well on my body. I'm not a huge guy, but I'm 5'10", but this size of guitar fits me pretty well. If I'm playing a bigger guitar, and lots of time people will go buy, a dreadnought guitar, and they got this huge guitar, fighting the guitar as much as they are learning how to play it. And so be thoughtful about, just because the guitar is big, it probably sounds good, but are you able to play it well? Would it be better to have a smaller guitar that you can actually play that maybe doesn't sound technically quite as good, but you can play it, and then now you're going to make it sound better. All right, let's give it a try from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 0, 2, 2. 3, 0, 2, 3, 2. 3, 0, 2, 2. 3, 0, 2, 3. 3, 0, 2, 3. 5, 5, 5. 5, 7, 5, 3, 2, 0, 3. 5, 5, 5. 2, 2, 2. 5, 5, 5. 2, 2, 2. 5, 3, 2. Oh, let's let that stretch for a second. 3, 0, 2, 2. 3, 0, 2, 3, 2. 3, 0, 2, 2. 3, 0, 2, 3. And on major 14, they just got that zero by itself, which is a D note on the D string, right? Bong, you're in the key of D. It makes sense that you would hit that and let it ring. Um, Now, very quickly, measure 9, the last note on measure 9 has that eyeball looking thing above it on the standard notation. That's a fermata. Its job is to slow you down. Okay. So in measure 8, we go, alo, alouette, alouette. Okay, that's how we're singing that. Alouette, alouette. And then measure 9, Usually we go oh 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 oh, but I've got it written out as oh oh oh. Okay, so that last note in measure 9 with the little eyeball looking thing above it called the fermata, its job is to stretch that one note out for however long you feel like it. As a fingerstyle guitarist, you can stretch it out to whatever length you want. If you've got an audience and they got a good sense of humor, make it really long, right? If you're just trying to get over it because you're trying to get on to doing the next thing, then of course, you know, don't do that. But I think it's one of those things that's kind of fun to mess around with fermatas. There's sort of an industry standard about this is the correct amount of time that a fermata should last, but that's not true. Find a appropriate amount of time for it, okay, and then do that, right? Just there, you decide. All right, you're in level 2 class. Okay, level 2, I need you to know those chords. That's something that you're working on. I need you to be able to play melody. It's something you learned in level 1, so it shouldn't be a major problem for you at this part. Level 2, we start really focusing in on arpeggio playing and on tough acts. Okay, so if I was playing this as an arpeggio piece, I'd probably get with a friend. They're going to play the melody. I'm going to be working on plucking out my chords, and so I might do it's in 4, so I need to think of a 4 pattern. So maybe D 2 3 4 1 2 3 4, and see how that would go. On the paper, it's written where I'm supposed to do thumb, index, thumb, index, thumb, index, thumb, index, thumb, index, thumb, index, which is not required. It's just a fun thing that I thought, hey, this would be good for students to try. And so you can absolutely go through and do it that way. If I didn't have the paper in front of me, I would think I would just be doing a 4 pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alouette, gentille alouette, alouette, chante plumarée, chante plumarée la tête, chante plumarée la tête, alouette, 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 oh, 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 oh. Alouette, gentille alouette, alouette, chante plumarée. Okay, so that's another possible arpeggio pattern. When you were thinking about arpeggios, you're thinking about I'm going to hold the chord and I'm going to pluck a pattern using multiple fingers. That's why we don't use a pick in fingerstyle, because we have to make too many notes happening simultaneously. In addition to having arpeggio patterns in the middle of them, just can't get all that done with a pick. Unless you've been playing with a pick for 60 years, and then you can do whatever you want. But for the most part, let's just use 4 fingers and find as many notes and as how pretty we can make it using both plucking, like 4-finger pluck, pattern plucks, that type of thing. Okay, all right. So that's already the arpeggio pattern. Again, it's mostly you would use that initially mostly when you're singing. Instead of just strumming the chord, you would pluck the chords and do it fancy. And the other time you use it is in ensemble work, where you've got somebody playing melody, somebody playing chords. You'd come in, play some arpeggios, and it all sounds really fancy and nice when you get it all put together. Okay, final way to play, and this is it for today. We're going to walk through everything in the Tough Uke, make sure we make sense, and then we'll go through and play it. Having a bit of an allergy challenge right at the moment, trying not to look too weird. Let's do measure 1. Get your D chord on. In fingerstyle, we always start with the chord on. You're going to pluck 3 strings, 0, 2, and 3, or you might strum them. Either way is perfectly fine. Next note's a 0. And then put your middle finger back down. 0, 2, 3, 2. And then hit the 2 again. Measure 2. You put your A7 on. You strum that. Ring finger up to 3. Make it. Hit the open. Roll your middle finger down to hit the 2. And then a nice D chord to finish up at measure 2. hit the 2. Okay, then we're going to do that whole exact same idea again. I might pluck it this time. Oh, 0, 2, 3, 2. And the 2. A7. Ring. Oh, middle. D chord. Okay. Next part is going to be a little tough. We got our toughest chord coming up. 0, 2, 3. Then open. Then a 2. Then a 3. And then you've got to have your D chord on and your pinky clear up on 5. Very uncomfortable. If your hand won't do this, and a lot of times it won't, just lose your ring finger and put your middle finger where your ring finger is supposed to be. So then you end up with that, index, middle, and pinky. Okay. Next one, measure 6. You're going to go to that A chord with your pinky on 5. Then you're going to lose the bar. Go get your 7. Go back to your 5. All the way down to 3. I'd use my ring finger there. Get your D chord on. Lift up the middle finger. And then partial D chord. Okay. Now we're going to be doing, I'm looking over using my other computer. Okay, that's my A chord with the pinky again. Probably strum through this section. You can pluck it, but it's going to sound cool. Just that oh. That's going to. We want that to sound nice and flush, and so probably strums are the way to go. Notice that, and the last one I had to actually go to a standard A shape because I got to open up this first string, and then. Measure 10, we go basically back to the exact same thing we started, so I probably would pluck my way through this just to be different from that strumming sound. A7 at measure 11. Ring, O, middle, D, partial D, 2, D chord, O, full D chord, A chord, ring, O, middle, and then we repeat that 6 times. Total of 7 times through. If you're going to play a song like this with multiple times through, definitely mix up your strum pattern, mix up your plucking pattern so that you're not just playing the same exact thing over and over. You want to try to approach it a little bit fresh feeling each time around, probably. Okay. All right, ready for to play it? We're going to play it twice through, and then we'll call it a day. Any way that's making sense to you. If you are learning tablature and you're wanting just to do the melody, play it that way. If you are learning chords and you just need to play with the chords, do that. And of course, I love it when people play the tough acts. So here we go. From the top, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then go. Let's do it one more time. Measure 2. fancy ending on it. Okay. So that's Alouette. Again, don't care about the song. We do care about those tools. But can I play melody? Can I get from D to A7 and back? Can I pluck out a nice arpeggio pattern for when I'm singing or when somebody else is singing that I sound fancy underneath them? And then finally, well, two things. Can I play with other people doing that, which is what you've been doing hopefully through this whole lesson? And then the last thing is, can I play everything together all at once? And that's the tough acts. Okay. And so, what we're talking about all the time is finding your level, playing through it, getting comfy with your level, and then also pushing just a little bit to get to that next level. That's it. That's the day. That's level 2, Alouette. Great song, lovely to work on. I like the heck out of that song. Could be one of those things where you spend a little bit of time on it and really make it nice. So, all right, guys, I'm going to go figure out what the heck happened to my sheet music contraption, and hope you guys have a wonderful day. We're coming to you live from Colorado, where we defy the authorities to go to brunch, and so you guys probably should just stay in and play guitar. It's a way better plan for you. Have a wonderful day. Thanks for being with me, and I will see you tomorrow when we will be. What are we working on tomorrow? Tomorrow we are going to work on Oralee, which is a really, really fancy name for Can't Help Falling in Love with You. And so I will see you for that. Have a great day. Thanks, Elizabeth, for being here, and whoever else is hiding up here in the widget. And I will see you tomorrow. Have a great night.